At 13, Ian Manuel was involved in a robbery that left a woman shot. Ian turned himself in and was charged as an adult with attempted murder. At 14, he was sentenced to life without parole. Nearly 3 decades later, he won his release and is now a poet, activist, and author.
His book about the experience is called My Time Will Come, a memoir of crime, punishment, hope, and redemption. Good morning, Ian.
Morning.
I want to ask you first and foremost about the Equal Justice Initiative. They helped you secure your release. Talk to us about how did you petition them, or did someone petition them on your behalf to work for you?
No, my lawyer, Brian Stevenson, sent me a letter when I was in the depths of solitary confinement. He was doing research on juveniles around the country, and he was searching for the youngest of the youngest that he could find that had been sentenced to life without the possibility of parole for non-homicide crimes. And he found me one of the youngest in America to ever be sentenced to that type of sentence. Wow. And he sent me a letter and took my case pro bono, for free. And I'll always be grateful for it.
The Supreme Court overturned it. What took so long?
You're preaching to the choir. It took 26 years for me to receive the justice that I deserved. What took so long was the states of Florida. State of Florida, similar to Texas, they're very restrictive and punitive, and they just did not want to let me go, even though I was serving an unconstitutional sentence, man. It took 26 years, and the victim was on my side.
You corresponded with the victim. Talk to us about how that relationship developed and what it meant to you to have that develop.
Yeah, so in 1991, at the age of 14, I called Debbie, my victim and eventually friend, collect call during Christmas. And I just wanted to apologize to her because I wasn't raised like that, and it hurt me to have to see her suffer in pain. And she accepted my collect call. She eventually forgave me. We began a correspondence, and she was just blown away about how articulate I was and the way I was. She thought someone else was writing my letters. But we became friends, and she advocated for me for years until her advocacy combined with the legal system of the Equal Justice Initiative was able to get me my freedom.
There is a conversation ongoing about solitary confinement. What impact did that have on you, and do you feel the lingering effects of that?
So solitary confinement was definitely a traumatic experience. I spent 18 consecutive years from November 1992 to November 2010 in solitary confinement. So yes, I still feel lingering effects. I've went through intensive therapy since I've been out. It was poetry that helped get me through solitary confinement, diving within the depths of my imagination to survive it. I wrote a New York Times op-ed about solitary confinement that was well received throughout the public. And after my op-ed, they changed the way solitary confinement is enacted in the state of New York, where I live today. The United Nations says over 15 days in solitary confinement is considered torture. And while I was there, they gassed me, they beat me, they injected me with psychotropic meds that I didn't need. It's inhumane, and to believe that this occurred in the United States of America is just unbearable.
Ian, I understand that now you've become a poet as well. You want to mention some of your poetry?
Yeah, I have a poem that I wrote in solitary confinement called Genie in the Bottle about growing up in solitary confinement, and it says, I'm the genie in the bottle the world has forgot. They put me in this abyss and closed up the top. I was a little boy when they did what they did, but time continued to tick, and I'm no longer a kid. My mother is dead, and so is my father. I've been abandoned by family while trapped in this bottle, but I hold on to hope that someone will open the top, answer my prayers, and help me out. Sometimes people pick up the bottle and put their eye to the hole, but instead of compassion, act indifferent and cold. I suffer sensory deprivation, a lost sense of direction. There's no mirror in this bottle for me to see my reflection. They say being lonely and alone are two different definitions, but it's only me in this bottle, so I fit both descriptions. What I need is a friend, someone to extend a hand. It could be as simple as picking up a pen, someone who cares, accepts me for who I am, my magnetic personality, and my baggage from the past. Someone who helps heal the sorrow will work on building our tomorrows. Someone who refuses to leave me to die in this bottle. Thank you.
Wow, that is powerful. I was going to ask you, you know there are people out there that maybe don't have sympathy with your situation, but I think that poem kind of answers that. We appreciate you joining us this morning. Thank you.
You're welcome, sir.
The book
Enjoy
is
the rest of your day.
My Time Will Come, a memoir of crime, punishment, hope, and redemption.